If you've ever hit a wall at work, you're probably told to just take a vacation or manage your time better. But exhaustion is rarely just about the hours you're logging. Burnout is a crisis of meaning. It's that sinking feeling that you've lost your autonomy, and no matter how hard you paddle, you're drowning in a sea of shifting demands. To fix that, we have to look backward. 2,000 years ago, Roman leaders faced immense, unpredictable pressure. They developed a practical framework to combat that exact feeling of powerlessness: Stoicism. We are going to take that ancient philosophy and build a 12-minute daily routine out of it, a system to neutralize your workplace stress and draw a firm boundary around your mental energy. You don't need an app or a subscription. All you need is a physical notebook and pen, and the willingness to be brutally honest about what is actually stressing you out right now. By taking these abstract anxieties out of your head and putting them onto paper, you take your first deliberate step off the endless hustle treadmill. Step 1 of this system relies on the core engine of Stoic thought, the dichotomy of control. Grab your notebook and draw a bold line straight down the middle of the page. Label the left side control and the right side can't control. Now write down 3 specific things stressing you out at work today and sort them. Things like your boss's unpredictable mood, tight client deadlines, or company restructuring rumors, those go on the right. Your own preparation, your tone in an email, your boundaries, those go on the left. Placing a stressor in the right-hand column acknowledges that its outcome is determined by factors beyond your will. Redirecting your emotional energy from that right column into the actionable steps on the left creates a sustainable defense against exhaustion. With that foundation set, we move to the daily routine itself. It starts with a 5-minute morning prep. Before you open your inbox, open your notebook. Answer 2 quick prompts. What are your top priorities for today, and what specific parts of those priorities are strictly within your control? Then we add a mental exercise the Stoics called premeditation of evils, or negative visualization. This is your 3rd morning prompt. Ask yourself what your biggest potential obstacle is today, then draft a calm, specific response to it before it even happens. Maintain a perspective of clinical preparation. You are looking at these challenges through a clear lens to remove the element of surprise. When a crisis hits, our minds normally scramble to adjust, and that scramble burns massive amounts of energy. By rehearsing the scenario over your morning coffee, you strip the workplace emergency of its shock value. You save the energy you would have otherwise lost to panic. Next is the 2-minute midday reset, designed to intercept that inevitable afternoon slump. Set a recurring alarm on your phone for 1 p.m. Give it a specific label. Is this a disaster or an inconvenience? When that alarm goes off, perform a physical action. Take your hands off the keyboard. Close your eyes. Take a single breath and evaluate whatever stressor is currently sitting on your desk. This exercise relies on active emotional regulation. You acknowledge the internal state, the frustration or the anger, and then use reason to investigate its source. Recognizing an emotion without attaching an awfulizing story to it halts the cognitive drain that leads to deep cynicism. The final daily pillar is the 5-minute evening review. At the end of your shift, sit down with your notebook and answer 3 closing prompts. What did I do well? What did I do poorly? And what can I improve tomorrow? When you're finished writing, you need a physical shutdown action to signal your brain that the workday is permanently over. Review these points with the objective distance of a coach, avoiding the urge to turn this into a session of self-condemnation. In this tradition, a failure is a wrestler in the gym. It tests your stance, highlights a weakness in your technique, and forces you to adjust for the next round. Treat this evening review strictly as an objective data-gathering exercise. Your human worth is completely separate from your daily performance metrics. By leaving the day's data securely trapped on the page, you prevent the residue of yesterday's stress from infecting tomorrow's clarity. With that, you've built a complete, personalized fortress against burnout. Now, here is the challenge. Commit to executing this exact 12-minute routine for 7 consecutive days. Think of this routine as a form of mental conditioning. It requires the same repetitive effort as physical training to remain effective. Consistent practice builds a buffer. It allows you to maintain a sense of calm agency even when the workplace around you remains unpredictable.